I'm Cyril Banks. I'm 94 now. You want me to?
What did you do during the war?
I, would, I volunteered and joined the Navy, and after my mother had told me the original papers up, she didn't want me to go, and so I got to send it to another address, and so I did join up. Finally, instead of being in 42, it was 1st of February 1943, a bit later than what I bargained for. And I'd done my training at HMS Ganges, which is a place called Shotley, which is quite close to Harwich. And in there, they had the old original mast from one of the old sailing ships, 143 feet high. We weren't compelled to go that high. They got up to the second or third yard arm. But I did manage, like a good many others, climbed to the top. And
in 1944, when it all started, liberation, when the Allied forces got to Normandy, what was your role? What did you do?
I was after I'd done my training at gunnery course and that, I was put on board a Algerine class minesweeper. See? We were flotilla leader actually, HMS Ready, and we had just come down that year after doing the winter up on the Russian convoys, and we came down to clear the mines through to Gold Beach during the night of June the 5th. See? And when we left Portsmouth somewhere about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Finally made our way to Piccadilly Circus, and then we had to clear the mines. Bearing in mind, you had 3 types of mines to clear. You had the normal one that was moored on the seabed, and of course going through the sweep wire, there were cutters that exploded and cut the mooring wire to the mine, which came to the surface and exploded then. And that was one type. Then you had another type where you had a long electrical cable went out, which exploded in magnetic mines. And then over the bows of the ship was a big metal cage with an engine in it that gave off bigger vibrations. Excuse me. Gave me bigger vibrations what your ship's engines did. So as we were flotilla leader, we needed that one in front of us, so they would explode any mines before we actually got to it, sort of thing.
And when you look back now, so many years ago, at D-Day, if you look back at everything that happened, what is your feeling then?
Well, it's what I saw afterwards, after we'd done our first initial sweep, because we had to go back and widen the whole channel, you see, afterwards. But in the beginning, after we'd done our first sweep, we had to stand to one side to wait orders, and you could see the landing craft coming in on the beaches, people getting blown to bits, and even some of them, were caught in the water and that sort of thing. So it's that sort of thing that's in the mind. You never forget that.
Is it every day that you think about that?
There's not many days go by now these days that something like that crops up, and I think about it, and I thank the Lord for my life. I've made it after all said and done. Yeah.
And now still we're on tour. Europe remembers on tour. How important do you think that we're still think about that? Think about liberation. Think about freedom to share that message.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. I quite agree over everything like that. Everything should be. People should know what it felt like to be there. I mean, we didn't realise half what went on until afterwards. You were there doing a job. I mean, I was an anti-aircraft gunner myself, so I wasn't involved with the. I wasn't involved with the sweep wires and things like that. You see, But if any aircraft come over, then you had to put your gun to it and shoot at them, sort of thing. You know?
What would you say to the young people now? What would be your message?
Well, all I can say is I hope, for their sakes, the world gets a better place than what it is now. Because I mean, there's a lot of big difference now, which things that shouldn't happen. Even in my young days, you would never dream of doing what people are doing these days, you know. So live well, and help your fellow man, not knock him off. Help him. A lot of them need help.
I thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's an honor to meet you.
Well, I only do as I did. I mean, what they did in the forces, I did as I was told. You know, so there's no bravery, as you might say.
Oh, I think so.
You were just there doing a job.
Yeah, doing your thing.
That's right. Yeah. You see, you've had the ups and downs of different things. You know, like I mean, on one occasion when we was on the Russian run, one of the convoys we went with, because we was escort to merchant ships, you see, and the weather was so bad that the wind and the sea were trying to push us over towards the Norwegian coast.
Okay.
You see, and I was in the wheelhouse at the time with the quartermaster on the wheel, and he'd got the wheel really hard over to go against it, sort of thing. But the sea and the wind were still blowing us over, and the officer of the watch called down the voice pipe, "Quartermaster, get back on your course." He said, "I'm trying to, sir." A few moments later, because he's still drifting away, and he called down again, "Quartermaster, why ain't you only back on your course?" He said, "I'm trying hard to go the wheel hard over." Of course, everything comes in threes, doesn't it? Yeah. He called down again. And the quartermaster said, "Excuse me, sir, if you do anything better bloody well come down there and do it."